I grew up in a small village, steeped in the kind of history that turns every shadow into a story and every whisper into a legend. It was here, in the embrace of these ancient tales, that my grandmother, a staunch skeptic, had an experience that she would carry with her for the rest of her life, an experience she eventually passed down to me, wrapped in the soft edges of a twilight encounter. It happened on an evening not unlike any other, with the sun dipping low and painting the sky in strokes of orange and pink. My grandmother, always one for her evening strolls, set out just as the first stars began to wink into existence. She was a practical woman, her feet firmly planted in the realm of the tangible, the explainable. The supernatural stories that thrilled and chilled the village folk were, to her, nothing more than fabrications, the product of overactive imagination. But that night, as she walked along the familiar path that skirted the dense woods bordering our village, something unusual caught her eye. It was a light, but not the warm, flickering glow of a lantern or the steady shine of a distant star. This was different. A soft, pulsating radiance that seemed to dance just at the edge of the woods, beckoning with an ethereal curiosity. A trait I inherited in spades nudged her closer. With each step, the details of her surroundings, the rustle of the leaves, the cool night air, the earthy scent of the woods, seemed to amplify. She told me later that it was as if the very night was holding its breath, watching her with unseen eyes as she approached the source of the light, which she found there. In a small clearing just beyond the tree line was something that her rational mind struggled to comprehend. It wasn't a lantern or any source of light she could name. It hovered above the ground, a sphere of luminescence that pulsed gently, casting the surrounding foliage in a soft, otherworldly glow. For a long moment, she stood there, rooted to the spot, her skepticism clashing with the undeniable reality before her eyes. Then, as if acknowledging her presence, the light began to fade slowly, like the last embers of a dying fire, until all that was left was the familiar darkness of the woods and the distant stars above. She never spoke much about what she felt in that moment or what she believed the light to have been. But from that night forward, I noticed a subtle shift in her. The skepticism remained, but it was tempered now, softened by the understanding that the world was vast and filled with mysteries that defied easy explanation. Her story became a cherished piece of our family history, a reminder to keep our minds open and our hearts ready to embrace the unknown. And as I walked the same paths that she once did, under the same starlit sky, I can't help but wonder about the mysteries that linger just beyond the reach of our understanding, waiting for the curious and the brave to seek them out.